beautiful, good stuff, and those stories people need to hear.
Yeah. You're young still, and but that 1 year titled of Miss Canada for 2011, take us back to last year, and tell us, what was this title for you, and what are the things that you had to do as that title?
Well, the title for me was really taking the time to spread awareness about human trafficking and really, like I said, some of the hardest, most overwhelming situations, and really taking it to a place of beauty and the triumph of the human spirit and what happens in our lives when grace is let in. And so that's what I do. Everything that I do is with conviction, and everything that I do is really the driving point to show the power of love that overcomes the darkness. And so going all across Canada, doing all these events, doing all these campaigns, working in government, working in places like Thailand and Cambodia, all of that went right back to human trafficking. And the fact that, just like Rosa Parks saw something that was wrong and unjust in the world and said, no, we cannot tolerate this. This isn't okay. I believe in something better, and so therefore everything that I will do will strive for something greater. That's really a lot of what my year has been.
Oh, wow. Yeah. So coming forward or putting your foot down and saying, that's not right.
Exactly. The exploitation of human beings is not okay, and we won't tolerate it because we believe that they were made for so much more.
Yeah. What about, because being in Korea and your 8 days here, what are some of the personal, besides just traveling and sightseeing, any personal things that you want to do while you're here?
Personal things that I want to do is really spending a lot of time, even today we did it, spending a lot of time getting to know the Korean people and through my work to end human trafficking, just really finding out the situation here and how we can all work together, because I believe we're so much stronger together.
Yeah.
How we can work together from even countries across the world, working together to have that strong united front to say, we believe in a better world, and we're working towards it, and it is possible. So those are the things that I really want to take the time to learn and really be able to give back in a lot of ways and be able to make things stronger.
Was there ever a time, still, because I think if you were crowned, even in 2011, in the future, they're still going to refer you as, you were Miss Canada.
You always carry the title.
Sure. And was there ever a time, at one time, that you kind of said, okay, you know what, I just don't want to be this title,
Right.
Was there ever a time
I think that one of the things that is hard with it is as soon as you're crowned Miss Canada, Miss Korea, anything, there's a bit of that beauty pageant stereotype that comes with you. People expect you to look a certain way. They expect you to act a certain way, be a certain way. And so sometimes that is, honestly, that's difficult. I mean, who likes to have the pressure of that stereotype? People want to have the freedom to be their own person.
Sure.
And so sometimes that is something that's difficult, but at the same time, you realize as an ambassador of my country, I realize the responsibility that I have. And that's quite a position of privilege and leadership. And so I want to be a good steward of that. I love my country. I love Canada. And I love being able to represent that to the world. So I really love the position that I've been entrusted with. I don't see it so much as a burden, but I see it really as something that I've been entrusted with. And to share with people the message that I believe very strongly, one of my convictions, as we talked about, one of my convictions is that beauty, the world needs to know that they were wrong about beauty. And what that means is that oftentimes when we think about beauty, we think very much about what beauty looks like. But I think what people need to know is not so much what beauty looks like, but what beauty does. Beauty isn't something that, the way that you look. It isn't even the way that you talk or the way that you move or the elegance that you have. That isn't beauty. That's a very superficial, physical beauty.
Right.
But beauty is things like justice is beautiful. Stepping up and doing something for a better world is beautiful. Integrity is beautiful. Conviction is beautiful. Justice is very beautiful. And a lot of that has nothing to do with who you are, putting yourself forward, trying to promote yourself, but rather really being a servant and working for something greater.
Now, you seem to have a lot of interests of these social issues.
Yes.
Now, was this before or after your title? Or, where did this all come from?
The social issues has very much always been a part of who I am. It's actually even part of my name, my middle name, ironically. But I have a Cantonese Chinese middle name, and it's Oi Kwan, which means loves groups of people. part of why I love traveling. I love coming to new countries and learning new cultures. But at the very core of that is I really care about the human dignity, the human rights, and the human value of each individual person. That's something that is very, very important to me. And it's not just a world peace kind of thing, but I really, really strongly believe in social justice, and I strongly believe in justice for the dignity of people's lives. That's something that I have always had. It was not something that started as Miss BC, Miss British Columbia, or Miss Canada to say, hey, I need a platform. I need something to talk about. But this was the reason, really, why I went into pageants in the first place, was to talk about these justice issues and really bring the awareness and bring the awareness about human trafficking, the rights of women, different other issues, poverty, different issues like that, really bring them to the forefront through my position as an ambassador of Canada to really bring that up to the forefront of people's minds. So I've always been like that, even since I was a young child. You know, I was the kid who was like, Mom, why don't we have a sponsored child?
Yeah.
You know, there are kids that are living in poverty and starving every day. Why don't we have one? And she would say things like, well, you know, we need to make sure that we're picking the right organization to give our money to and things like that. And I'd just be like, Mom, you know, there are kids like me that are starving every single day.
Yeah.
We need to have a sponsored child. And so by the end of the day, we had one. So things like that, you know, even as a 5-year-old, that was something that was really important to me. When I was 12, I first heard about, you know, the treatment of women through human trafficking and modern-day slavery, the buying and selling of individuals. And so that was one of the things that really changed my life. And since I was about 12 years old, a lot of what I have done has really gone back to those issues, really gone back to justice and the justice for people's lives and the worth of who we are as human beings.
Yeah. Things, the injustice is all over the world.
It is. Every country.
And having someone like you, a young female like this, as beautiful as you are, I can see the inner beauty in you too.
You.
And bringing up some incident, and an incident a while ago, like I wouldn't even think that you would remember, you know, or
I'm a
this in your
nerd.
history books.
I love
you know?
history.
Because of course, you know, as we spoke about, you know, Rosa Parks before, you know, she's in the American history, you know, as an African American, you know, who did not want to get off the bus, and this caused the big, you know, incident on the bus, and it made a big statement. Still now, and this is, you know, way long ago, and in our American history books, and then here you are, you know this, you know, to bring up, you know, a woman named Rosa Parks, which surprised me immensely, you know. Anyways, there's so much that we'd like to get to know you further, but I also, you know, earlier I was mentioning that your mom came with you to Korea, and I wonder if your mother had any influence on books you read or things like this, or how she educated you in terms of you